The following is a presentation of Bigg's Media Services.
Go for warmth. Go for beauty. Go for a show. Go for flavor. Go for perspective. Go for love. Go for tranquility. Go for thrills. Go for color. Go for good. Go for Puerto Rico. Go now.
For more information, the website is discoverpuertorico.com.
Are you ready? Time to play the game!
Bigg's Golf Talk for golfers.
You want to hear a nice golf joke? Yeah, I should have showed up and watched me play yesterday. I should be put on Chick Galore or something like that. A team named that. Scramblers. That's it. Scramblers, that's a team I should be on, because I was scrambling for my ball.
There's a golf shot. That's a golf shot.
Hey, when am I going to get the caddy?
The bag is bigger than you.
So?
That white one?
Yeah?
That's the one you're carrying.
Oh, man, that thing's a boat anchor.
I haven't had golf anything since high school.
No, that's you, not me. She likes to enjoy a beverage herself. Is that what you're trying to say?
I might be distracted. That's another story. Golf course and equipment reviews, golf news, guests, and lots of golf humor. When you need to drive for show,
Are you ready?
for Bigg's Golf Talk.
I'm special.
Yes, you are, with a helmet.
So I got that going, which is nice.
It is showtime, baby. Here we go.
Bigg's Golf Talk, presented by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Handmade Vodka. BGT also sponsored in part by ShotScope, Encore Golf, Photo Ball Marker, McNally 22, Ready Putt, Zalise CBD for golfers, Scorpion 21, Feel the Sting, Squares Shoes, it's hip to wear squares, and UFO Tour Golf. Create something special today with UFO Tour Golf and check out all of their Folds of Honor stuff that they have for you to represent your pride for America and the Folds of Honor. Connect with BGT on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golfballed. Subscribe with us on YouTube, in iTunes. We're available in the Google Play Music Store, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Amazon devices. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.net or biggsgolftalk.com. Big John Vick, along with the GolfFather, Bill Cuevas, and the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
Good morning. Biggs, what was up with Amanda? What was that?
It was giving it its due diligence.
There you
letting
go.
you nurture the name.
It almost sounded like he forgot your name. That's what it. I don't know about nurturing.
I was enjoying the name Amanda.
He was savoring it
Yes.
like a
fine wine. Yes,
Fine wine.
fine wine.
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Okay.
At least some people realize.
Before we get started here, I have this from the United States Golf Challenge. It's a press release announcing what's happening with the 2020 season. So let's read this for you. The United States Golf Challenge and Tito's Handmade Vodka are saddened to announce that the 2020 qualifying season and the National Championship must be postponed until 2021. The evolving situation of COVID-19 has created much uncertainty, making the chances of providing a quality experience very slim. The health and safety of our players and their families are top priority during these unprecedented times. This difficult decision was made jointly between the USGC and title sponsors Tito's Handmade Vodka. To all the teams that have registered and paid for either a national qualifier or the national championship, we thank you for your support and your entries. They will be refunded promptly. We thank the golf course and the clubs that have graciously organized and promoted the national qualifiers. We hope the remainder of this golf season is prosperous for you, and we hope to work with you in the future. As you guys can hear, my dog's in the background in the Tito's Handmade Vodka home studio, so please bear with us. Looking ahead to 2021, we will begin planning the tournament schedule very soon. The motto of the USGC, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is going to be shifting towards the regional 36-hole qualifier. They will strive to deliver a memorable experience for the players as the exclusive U.S. organization that qualifies players for Team USA in the International Kings Cup. They look to assemble the finest team to date. So there you go. Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, USGC suspends 2020 season.
Well, for more news, I know I've been messed up. That that's 2 trips that we're not going to go on, and I love doing those events. They're amazing events, especially seeing who gets to go. We have a team that was supposed to go to Ireland. It got postponed, delayed, and now canceled until 2021 in the season. So I'm bummed about it. We got our event that was canceled earlier in the year because of this virus and stuff like that. So I think it's the right thing to do. I think they're going to come back bigger, better, and stronger. They got a lot of, coming out of Tito's that, with that kind of power, I can't see it failing. So I'm looking forward to next season, but I'm bummed that we don't have anything for the rest of this year to look forward to.
Yeah, it's kind of, and we're saddened as well because obviously Bigg's Golf Talk is a big part of the USGC, and as Billy said, 2 of our trips, we were going to be at the National Qualifier and we were going to be at the 36-hole Major in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We are definitely looking forward to going to the Glasson Club next year in Athlone, Ireland. Yeah. So we look forward to a great and bigger and better season next year. So keep those calendars, and join us next season. And as we are going to put a top priority on becoming the first to host a Southwest qualifier. So, we're looking forward to that.
And if we actually go with the format, we might get lucky and host that 36-hole Major.
Yes.
There's a new format's coming, and we might be part of that. That could be a really big, with 2 or 3 G's on that one.
Yes, absolutely.
A couple extra G's.
Before we go, okay, you go first.
All right, some bigger news. I am a week away from becoming a married man.
Yay!
And that's more sad news for Billy because Billy was supposed to be the best man.
Yeah.
And for more sad things,
we were all supposed to be there celebrating.
I don't know if he knew that you were coming. Did you know that Amanda was coming?
I did.
You did? Okay. Yeah. I know for a while you didn't know. But yeah, so I'm saddened by that. And then by the United States Golf Challenge, we had to cancel that. And then my uncle passed away this week. And unfortunately, I wasn't too happy with the way I had to find out. I found out at midnight on Instagram. And it took me back because I had no clue. So I was kind of disappointed in that. Yeah,
that sucks when you find out on social media a family member dies.
Yeah, can you imagine
that just sucks.
And he literally, him and his wife, the one that I had posted about earlier, that's what it was about. They helped raise me, man. So
that's tough.
It did some terrible things to my brain, but. I wanted to dedicate this show to him. He was in the armed forces. He was in the Army. He served during Vietnam proudly.
Yes.
I posted the picture. He wasn't a picture guy, but that picture hung proudly. He was proud of that and what he did in serving the country. While he wouldn't tell too many of the things that happened there, you knew he was affected by it.
Right.
So I want to dedicate it to him. I love him, man, and I'm hoping he's up in heaven with my grandparents now and reunited with his wife.
He is, for sure. Well, we're sorry for your loss, and we love you.
Yes, we do, Billy. And I'm sorry that that's a sad part of what about next Saturday is there's a lot of my close family and friends that are not going to be a part of this, including my own mother, who is 77 years old. And can't make the travels because of a strict ban here in New Mexico. But to say the least, I will have new family around me. And Billy, obviously, I wish you were here.
Yes.
But, to have my future father-in-law next to my side, and when I talked to him about that, he was truly happy and smiling when I approached him and asked him would he be by my side. And I'll tell you, ever since I moved to New Mexico, this family has welcomed me with open arms. Meeting Shayna and getting close to her and developing a relationship with her. And finally, I'm going to pull the trigger and marry this woman and become her husband and a partner in life. And that's going to all happen next Saturday. And
well, we're excited for you.
Yeah,
I'm excited to celebrate. Too because I'm tired of him being my girl. So, yeah. I told him
deep down it's affecting him. You can tell, Bigg.
deep down it affected me. Yeah, something like I don't know what affecting means. Most people think that I don't have no emotions and stuff like that. Most people that know me, and I'm going to share it with the radio station. BiGGs knows it. I don't believe in the word love. I'm not a big fan of it. People use it. They'll tell you they love you, and then a week, 2, 3, year, 4 years, they don't love you no more. People use that word like it's a commodity, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I love you now and hate you tomorrow until what you can do. I believe the only true love that we can have is by showing it.
Right.
Show me you love me. Show me you care. I don't even care if you love me. Just show me that you truly care and treasure what we have. It doesn't matter. I mean, ideally, the only true love I believe that could possibly be is children. The children that we have and people like you guys. I know I love you guys and BiGGs, don't get excited. Not that way. So, Amanda, you take it whatever you want to take it.
You know, one of the things the three of us have developed over the years is not just friendship and not just co-workers and co-hosts and all that stuff, but we have developed a brotherhood and we have developed a sisterhood. Amanda, my sister, Billy, my brother. Many people ask me, "Oh, Billy's your best friend?" No, he's not my best friend. He's now family. He's been my brother from the beginning. Ever since Amanda coming on, BiGGs Golf Talk, and and she took a big leap. I mean, she left CBS Radio. I mean, to come on BiGGs Golf Talk. That was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
That was me. That was all me.
That was all a lot of things not pertaining to you.
hey, the story I tell.
It was.
Stay away from me.
Hey, Amanda, it's a lot better than a perverted old man.
Oh
yes. We know that.
That's what I meant by not pertaining to you.
Yes. Well, we actually unfortunately witnessed that.
Yes.
So yes, we do know the story, but we're glad that you decided to join the show because of me and only me. But
you know what's funny? So the night we met, or the day we met, and we played golf. That night we went to a little reception. I only have a picture with BiGGs.
But you know what? I have the picture of you because you gave me your number. You took a picture and said, "Here." And we took a picture together and you put it in my phone.
I know, but I didn't get it. So I only have a picture because I was going to make a little collage and I don't have it.
We don't have a picture of the three of us?
I don't know.
I thought we did.
We do from Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to look at it though. I have to check my phone. I'll check the history because if everything backs up to
and now that I have Amanda locked in, I want to share something because it was that night when Billy and I witnessed what we witnessed, and I said, and I approached Amanda and I said, "Hey, listen, I don't know where your situation is, but if you decide that you want a change, BiGGs Golf Talk would welcome you with open arms." And I left it at that.
Yeah, you did. You guys were awesome, and I just had a really great time that day, despite everything, and we just had a blast. I felt kind of like it was just us out there on the golf course taking names, and
we actually won that tour.
Yes,
we did win the
did.
tournament. I won a travel bag that was pretty sweet, and some cash, and no, it was just all around. It was a great day, and that was the thing. I felt like I was family already, and so it was so easy to say, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing," but
you know what? It didn't happen right away. I think it took a year.
It took a while because I was closing up some loose ends and really trying to figure out like if I could juggle it and what I could do. But I was just thrilled to be with you guys. So
no, it was good, and it kept growing. It keeps growing.
Yeah,
it keeps growing.
I mean, you know what? If it wasn't for COVID-19, we would have our largest travel schedule in the history of Bigg's Golf Talk this past year.
I know. And I was all planned to like make trips happen for certain ones and come meet you guys. And it was just going to be a really awesome year. That means 2021 is going to a lot much better.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And we're already working on 2021 schedule. So, but yeah. Yep. So a lot of stuff, a lot of past, a lot of present, and a lot of future happening in this first segment. And Billy, once again, we are dedicating the show to your uncle, to your father figure. And what is his name?
Luis Cuevas.
So we're dedicating this show to Luis Cuevas. May he rest in peace, and may he be the angel of eternity up in heaven. And thank you, Luis, for what you have presented to us with our brother here on Bigg's Golf Talk with Bill the GolfFather Cuevas. We're going to head into our first break. Coming up next is Amanda's On Par with Amanda. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey, everyone. Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is searching for the country's best two-player teams to compete against international field in the 54-hole Ryder Cup style event, known as the International Kings Cup, played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer.
The 6th annual edition of the International Kings Cup will be contested in May 2021 at the Glasson Golf Club in Ireland.
The road to the Kings Cup begins with a national qualifier. Two-player teams compete in an 18-hole qualifier playing best ball using net scoring. The top 30% and ties at each qualifier will be invited to the USGC National Championship. Winning teams at national qualifiers have a chance to receive a free $950 team entry into the event.
With an open and a senior division, each having 4 flights, teams of all skill levels will compete for a spot on Team USA. The winning team from each flight at the United States Golf Challenge National Championship will be crowned and win the expense-paid trip to the Glasson Golf Club in Athlone, Ireland, as part of Team USA.
Do you have what it takes? For more information, the website is usgolfchallenge.com for all the details. That's usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of On Par with Amanda. Thanks for tuning in to Bigg's Golf Talk. We love having you here. And once again, this week we have a very, very special guest. And no, it's not Mr. Bill Cuevas this week. I got rid of him. But I have a very special friend of mine. He is from Fargo, North Dakota, where I didn't know people lived. But he's from there, and he also spends part of the year in Arizona working on his golf game. He is a professional golfer, Mr. Zach Sklebar. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us. Real quick, before we dive into today's topic, I just want to get a little info for the people. So you are a professional golfer. What are you doing? What tours are you playing on? What's going on?
Anything and everything that can help me in the future, I guess. Right now, I just kind of playing a lot of mini tour events, state opens, kind of trying to make some money. And then qualifiers are kind of my main focus, pre-qualifiers for the PGA Tour to get into the Mondays, and then Monday into the PGA Tour event, hopefully. And then I got a few Corn Ferry Mondays coming up this fall and at the end of July. So
sweet. Well, we love having the opinion of a professional golfer on the show, other than moi. But we are excited to have you here. So let's dive right in. I know that when I spoke to you, we had similar yet aggressive opinions on one very in particular person, Mr. Bryson DeChambeau. He's been in the news a lot, folks. If you have been paying attention, you have seen all the, I guess, good controversy over Bryson and what he has done to his body and his game. And Zach and I share similar opinion on that. But I'm going to start by saying, folks, I don't see it. I don't see the, wow, he's in such great shape. And I honestly think that he just gained some weight, and anyone that gains weight is going to naturally hit the ball further. That's just how physics works. That's just how the body works. So that's kind of where I'm going to leave it, because I want Zach to take the floor. What are your thoughts on Bryson? Give us the details.
Well, like you said, I mean, he gained all that weight, and he honestly gained it so fast. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health expert by any means, but like, when you gain that much weight that fast, it can't all be muscle. Just not really physically even possible, I don't think. I could be wrong, but and the kind of my experience too is like, I tried to do the same thing about 2 years ago, back in 2018. And I was 157 pounds. I'm not like a big guy in general, but I have been working out for quite a few years to be able to hit the ball farther. Kind of taking after Tiger's lead there, and how the game's kind of changing, where everyone's starting to lift more. Because, I mean, if it worked for Tiger, you might as well give it a shot, because
right.
he's, in my opinion, he's the greatest player of all time, with no disrespect to Jack at all, but just kind of what he's done for the game. But kind of speaking on my experience, I was 157 pounds, and I ended up putting on 13 pounds in 2 months to get me up to 170. It wasn't terribly difficult to do, but it was kind of the thing. It's kind of, there's a thing that Charles Barkley or Shaq was kind of talking about with basketball one time, where for every pound you put on, you have so much more torque put on your body. So you have to like prepare for that and build your body accordingly. So if you end up putting if you don't focus on one area, like I didn't, where I ended up getting hurt with 3 different injuries in the matter of like 2. So I went from North Dakota in the winter down to Arizona in January to start playing. And by the end of January, I was hurt, and I had 3 different injuries, from a knee, back, and a shoulder injury that took about 3-4 months to kind of fully come back from. And that was tough. I mean,
I remember that. I do remember kind of sharing your story about your injuries, and I also remember you were working out and really trying to put on some weight and feel really solid. So I think that's a great point. You know, adding torque to your body, and anything, like we said, you'll hit the ball further, but at what cost? And so the fact that Bryson has come in, and I don't know how much weight he has put on. I don't know the exact number, but he has put on a significant amount. It wasn't just a couple of pounds. And so you can only imagine, like you said, putting it on that fast, because it was during the COVID run. How do you do that so quickly, like you said, with it being 100% muscle and your body's prepped and ready for it?
Exactly, yeah.
I don't see that being a factor.
Yeah, and like, he just doesn't really look comfortable. Like, he looks like he's he's not used to the weight, so he kind of looks like he's overweight and he's struggling with it. And I know personally, like, and Tiger, I keep referring to Tiger, but Tiger's always kind of been the lead on fitness for golf.
We like Tiger on here. We're not against him.
I'm a huge Tiger fan. I got a Tiger hat on, actually. But anyways, like, he's always struggling to keep his weight up on the course. Like, so he's always eating like almost every 2 to 3 holes, trying to maintain his weight, because he's walking all the time, sweating, and it's just a constant battle, right? So, and I know from experience too, like when I was gaining that weight, it was tough to like eating's not fun when you have to do it. Like when you're trying to add and maintain that type of weight that you're not used to, you're eating way more, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, so I agree.
Another aspect that he might just mentally just become drained with trying to maintain all of it too.
Right. Well, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. When you have to do something, whether it's food or it's eating and it's putting on weight, I've done the, both sides of it. I've tried to cleanse and detox and lose pounds, to kind of, so every season before I prep my workout season, I always take a few weeks off, but then right before I'm going to work out, I don't want to start at a bulk weight and then start building that bulk into muscle, because then I look twice as big. So I always cleanse, shed a few pounds, and then start working out. But it's the same thing when you have to do it and you carb cycle or you what. So if you're eating and you're trying to do that on the regular, it's tough. And it sounds like, oh, I'd love to eat all the time, but I've done it. I've tried it where you want to put on a couple pounds as you're working out, and it's challenging. So for the fact that Bryson came back at the weight he came back at so fast, I don't know how he did that, other than, like you said, putting on weight that's a little too uncomfortable to be sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, when he stands over the ball at address, he doesn't look comfortable.
No, I've noticed he's kind of swinging a little harder too. And I don't really study Bryson's swing and whatnot, but I kind of looked at some videos last night, and I was like, he's kind of getting after the ball a little bit more. And I mean, that's another risk too, but it's one thing to do. But also we have to mention too, he's got professionals working with him. I did not. I was kind of doing it on my own. So he does have probably the best resources for it.
Sure.
So he should know what he's doing and have all those precautions kind of taken care of. But just kind of something to watch and see, I think, because time will tell, honestly, because in my opinion, his longevity is in question with this weight gain, because obviously more torque and then just more pressure overall. And the faster he's going to kind of go through his cycle as a golfer. But it's kind of a waiting game to see how it progresses and see what happens.
So how fast did you, when you tried to do like a weight gain series, from the time you started to the time you got injured, how roughly like long was that?
So for me, I find that when I'm only lifting, so I'll take like a month off at a time at certain points of the year, just so I can kind of just lift, regroup, and just golf. But when I add golf and heavy lifting, there's a lot of pressure on my body. Like I can lift and not get hurt, but like and there's certain lifts I can do when I'm not golfing that I can't when I'm golfing, because they just don't like I don't have professional trainers with me, so it's probably part of the problem. But there's certain things I can't do like combined. So But to answer your question so I came down to Arizona and started playing in like the 1st of January, and it lasted about 3 weeks. Granted, I was getting ready for a tournament 3 weeks from when I arrived, so I was definitely practicing a lot. So I didn't probably jump in to like playing and practicing the right way at the right speed, but something to think about.
And I think also, I don't know. I mean, I think so when I was playing full-time competitive, I was working out every day. You're exactly right. There's certain moves and certain things that I couldn't do if I knew I was going to kind of, if I had a tournament coming up, or if I had 4 weeks of no tournament play, then I would go a little harder, or I could do things a little differently. And I did have a trainer. So I had somebody that was kind of watching out for, hey, like, you shouldn't be doing this. But once again, your workouts have to kind of match what you're doing, or you will get hurt, because your body and just the energy. There were some days, and I'm sure you felt the same, I had no energy because I was trying to ask my body to go work out, then go practice for 4 hours, then go play, and then go home. And then you're trying to eat enough to sustain all of that. And by the end of the day, I was exhausted.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of one thing I've learned too as I've progressed in my career is just how important balance is in all aspects of the game, whether it be physically or mentally and emotionally as well. So
now, okay, so I have to ask, so what are your thoughts on, we'll wrap up Bryson DeChambeau, but what are your thoughts with his career moving forward? Do you see, I know you mentioned you don't see longevity with him. What are your thoughts? Like, where's he headed?
I think, well, and I could be wrong. Like, it's time will tell.
Nope,
exactly.
You got to hold your standpoint. You got to hold it.
He's a great player. And he's obviously won before this weight gain, and now he's won again. So I think he's got to win fast. I think his window did shrink, but if he does play well in that shorter window, he could win a lot of tournaments.
Gotcha.
But personally, I would rather have that extra 5 to 10 years to try and win tournaments at a lower weight, just based on maturity of myself and my game. So.
Well, and one other thing I want to point out, you brought it up. So I watched some videos with his swings. I've been watching him play. And I'm like you, do not sit and study Bryson's swing. But what I have noticed is that, like you said, he's going after the ball a little harder. And it seems that he's trying to rotate maybe a little faster, which there you get yourself into a problem because you have more weight pushing on that rotation. So it's like this is not the same thing, but it's similar. So like my friends that are pregnant that play golf, they can hit the ball further because they have that extra belly weight to kind of help them get through the turn. But while that's great and all, it's not always necessarily a great move for your body because it's having your body turn in a little different motion than it's used to. So your knees, your ankles, like everything. We've seen Tiger have tons of issues with rotation and torque. So Bryson scares me because that's a lot of weight to be throwing around as fast as he is.
He's a big boy now.
He's a big boy.
No way around it. He's definitely big right now. So,
and, I wish him obviously nothing but the best. I think you said it, he did a great job. And real quick, I do want to touch on, you have a pre-qualifier coming up. When is that?
I do. It's on Thursday.
Okay.
Is that Thursday the 16th or 19th? I think it's going to be the 16th.
Are you going to go win it? Are we going to see you in the Monday?
You got to try and win. There's no way around it. But yeah,
this is for the 3M championship coming up for the PGA Tour event.
In Minneapolis, yeah. So I got through the pre-qualifying last year on Monday, so I was one round away from my first PGA Tour event. But it's definitely a hard thing to get through. Not many people do it, but having the opportunity is really a great thing for me.
Well, that's awesome. Folks, you can reach out to this young man who is awesome. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at Zach Sklebar. It's ZACHSKLEBAR. And follow him, and he is awesome. His journey is just begun. And thanks again for being on the show, and we love having guests. Everyone, tune into Bigg's Golf Talk, and you will hear more from Zach, I'm sure, in the near future on Biggs.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot. the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Putt.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all your Amazon devices, as well as your favorite podcast platform. Big John Vick along with the GolfFather, Bill Cuevas, back with you. Billy, you want to know about art? You know when I look at wedges and I say, oh, how sexy those wedges look, or how sexy a putter looks, there's a guy out there, and just when you think sexy can't get sexier, well, our good friend Lee from WedgeFX has the answer for you to make your equipment look sexier. Now, a lot of people like the shine, a lot of people like the stars, a lot of people like how flashy their equipment looks. Let me tell you a little bit about WedgeFX. Lee Tincher, he's an Air Force veteran who got into golf and truly enjoys the game. He has always liked nothing more to custom items, make them his own, and stand out amongst others. Customizing golf wedges allows him to do just that. And working with his clients will allow him to create one item that will be a great addition to your golf bag. And what he says, now, let's create something awesome for you. Now, we have talked with WedgeFX in Florida when we've been at the PGA Merchandise Show, and Lee is joining us here. It's been a long time coming that we have Lee on the show. WedgeFX, Mr. WedgeFX himself, Lee Tincher, is joining us on the phone line. And Billy, let me turn to you first. You're very familiar, and we're on his website right now at wedgefx.com.
I follow him on everything.
Yeah, I follow him on social media as well, and some of the things that I see come across my news feeds and stuff like that is just like, I start, drooling, and I'm like, oh my God, how does he do that?
This is my other porn. This is other porn that I watch.
Yeah.
I got putter porn and I got wedge porn. That's the porn that I look at. So yeah, I love seeing all the stuff that comes through on his site. What he does, I mean, he's done a lot of work with. He got PGX, that one that he did with the PGX that's up there. With sub 70, the stuff that he's doing on here is like...
It seems to me logistically he can take any wedge and create something that would just make you happy and make you smile. And
well, you know what makes us smile, right? USA,
yeah.
He's picking everything out.
And USA. The colors, and he could do it in color as
vibrant.
Well. Yes.
I don't know how, I've never seen it that vibrant on the way that he has it and the details. You know what I mean? So
all the way from the etching, Billy, to the hand painting. I mean,
yes,
the things that he can do is just phenomenal. And let's bring him in line because I want to find out. I mean, we gave a little bio about him, but let's get deep into what the story is all about. Lee, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk, my friend. And where did it all start for you? And how did you get into this?
Well, it's a kind of interesting story. About 2 years ago. I started golfing about 4 years ago. Buddy of mine I worked with said, hey, let's go golf. And why not? Give it a try. And from that first slice, I was addicted.
Also, let me just go on record by saying thank you for your service, too, as well. How long did you serve in the Air Force?
Thank you. I served 10 years in the Air Force.
That's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that. I don't know if you could tell on Zoom, but we do a lot. I have just a little. We actually have my kids. 2 of them serve. One of them still in. So yeah, we appreciate that. I mean, it's a huge sacrifice and stuff like that, and we appreciate that. And that's what actually drew my attention was all the work that you do. Representing the flag stuff is incredible.
Love the flag.
I love it. I mean, especially in today's world with everything going on, yeah. We scream America and everything that we do. We do a lot of work with the Folds of Honor, so that's why I kept harassing you. We gotta get you on, and then
I know.
So finally we got you on, and I appreciate you reminding me about me because I was I spaced out. So, but yeah, now it's great. I want to find out with the stuff that you do, how you say it's all laser. Is that what you do? Is that the process?
So there's a couple different processes that I use, and it's just a trial and error. The first thing, I had a laser after I got out of the Air Force. I spent the last year in Afghanistan and came back, and I just had to keep busy. Just had to keep doing something.
We understand that.
So I started laser engraving kind of awards and custom plaques. I did shadow boxes, coin holders, all that kind of thing. And that actually got almost too busy. I had no extra time to do anything. So kind of backed off from that a little bit. And so I had the laser and everything already when I got it. Kind of told the wife, hey, if it doesn't work out, we got some really cool hobby toys. So
yeah.
But what I ended up doing was watching I got a lot of the inspiration from Anthony from Callaway.
Yes, Tarantino.
Yeah, and the work he does, and just kind of figuring out, okay, how's it done? So I took the laser, took a wedge, and actually, let me grab it here.
You folks can't see that, but he's in his workshop.
Right,
and he's
right now we're on a Zoom here with him.
We're zooming.
Yeah, and he's actually going to show us a piece of work.
So that was the very first thing I ever did. It's got a bunch of Arnold Palmer umbrellas on it, just to see if I could do it.
Cool. And that was on a Callaway. See, can't beat that.
So I knew they did it. He does sandblasting and vinyl cutter and all that good stuff. Well, I took a wedge, took this one, wrapped it in vinyl, lasered out the umbrellas, and before buying a sandblast box, I actually made one out of a Rubbermaid tote just to see if it worked. It worked. This is the result of it. This is the very first thing I ever did, and it's always in the bag.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, what? Because some of them you're hand painting, others are laser etched and stuff like that. So, like you got the
and maybe a mixture of both.
Ones. Yeah.
There's a lot of mixture of just about everything.
Yes, you really do. So do you have to like the American flag ones? Do you have one that's really my favorite, and it's on a Vokey, and it looks like a distressed flag. Are those hand painted, or so and what was really neat? You did a 3 set of them, and each one of them looked different. Oh, yes, that's beautiful. Yes, I love that. So how did that go? Are you painting those after the fact?
So that's a Cerakote design, kind of like they used mainly originated for receivers stuff of weapons and guns.
Yeah,
I tried it on a wedge. Actually, it was a Bettinardi putter was the first thing I ever tried on just to see if I could do it.
Yeah,
and it came out absolutely phenomenal. And the wedges I did at the same time, so it's just a layering of the coloring with stencils, and then the last coat being black, and then you do a distress with Scotch-Brite.
Wow, that's insane. Well, we don't want to give away all your secrets because people might attempt to do it themselves, like me. And
I'm all for that. I get people all the time asking, "How do you do it?" I keep nothing. I'm transparent. If I can get somebody else into doing it, great.
Oh no, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, no, they're too beautiful. Those are works of art. I wouldn't even attempt to do it. You know what I mean? They truly are beautiful with the way that they look and everything. So I'm looking at them. I'm just blown away by what you've done.
Now, Lee, you actually can take orders from the outside. Somebody, a golfer out there that's listening right now can contact you and customize their wedge, customize a putter. Does it have to be, because there's different metals out there, does it have to be a specific metal for it to be successful?
It doesn't, because the most part of what I do is one thing, I can't laser into metal. So what I do is I take off I laser the detail into the vinyl wrap I put on it, and then do the sandblasting. So that's why I'm able to get all that fine detail. As far as the metals and everything go, the biggest thing comes down to on putters is the insert, but those can be taken out and redone. I got one now. I'm getting ready to put a carbon fiber putter insert into it. So,
and primarily when people have an idea to go on to a putter or a wedge, generally, do you ask them to give you creative responsibility, or do you actually provide a proof for them before you actually get it on the club itself?
Yeah, actually, that's probably the longest process, is working back and forth with the customer. Well, I'll get a request. Hey, I want to get this on a putter or a wedge, and I'll ask, okay, well, what kind of putter or what kind of wedge? That way I know what kind of landscape I'm working with, what kind of areas and all that good stuff. If there's weight ports, not weight ports.
Right.
And we'll go back and forth to what they kind of want on it, and then I'll start working on designs, and I'll overlay it on a graphic. So there's always a graphical mock-up just to give them an idea of what it's going to look like. And then once the thumbs up on it, we roll with it. Now, I have had a couple that after the sign off on the graphic comes back, and after doing the first one, it just I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I'll reach out to the customer and say, hey, not a fan of this. What do you think? We can work it this way. If it means I go get another wedge, I'll just take that one down and do a Cerakote on it. That way it's nothing out of the customer's pocket, and they get what they want.
Wow. That's awesome. I got to throw this out real quick, Biggs, before we keep going on. Do you know who also squares it up?
What do you mean?
So, he squares it up. He's hip.
Yeah.
To wear squares.
Yes, he is.
Squares are awesome. I love my squares.
We love our squares. Holy cow.
I know we're going to tell you a story, but we were the ones that founded them. And I was the one, and I can confirm this, and so can Biggs, I was the one that said it's hip to wear squares. Everybody that you see after that, they're behind me. Well, me and Biggs were the first ones on that.
Well, actually, there was another saying that you came up with.
2 of them.
Right.
Yes.
So there was another saying, and all of a sudden, we see that saying on the Golf Channel.
Everybody starts using it because they're using it. We're hashtagging, they're hashtagging, and then everybody uses it. So I don't like to be like everybody else. So I came out with it's hip to wear squares, and that's what they've been using.
And Lee, I'll tell you, the first time we came across them at the PGA show, and Robert is just an amazing guy, and he has such a genius mind.
He really does.
But the first time we came across them, Robert says to us, "Put these on, swing club," and right off the bat, we knew, and we figured out what the toes stood for. And Robert was surprised, and he says, "You know what? You're the only media people that have figured this out."
Yep. And literally within seconds, we were looking at it, everything they had to do, and we became best buds after that. We did the interviews, we did videos, we did all stuff, and then now he's a sponsor of our show as well. So when I saw you weren't rocking that bag, on the golf course, I was like, he's part of the crew.
Part of the crew.
Oh yeah. So we all hip, and we all square it up, baby.
Lee, let's get back to what Lee's doing here. And now that every time we mention squares, we get $10 for each time we mention squares. So
we do?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know
squares,
that. Bob
yeah.
crying that I don't love him. I love you, Bob.
It's hip to wear squares. I see. I just made like $50 in 2 seconds.
Wow.
How about that?
That easy. That's all I would talk about.
Oh, I'm just kidding. But let's get back to Lee, and let's get back to WedgeFX. And
yes,
Lee, let me
What's the lead time, Lee?
I was going to ask how does pricing work? What's the turnaround time typically?
So typically, depends on how backed up I am right now. Usually, I say 2 weeks.
Oh,
now normally it's a lot shorter than that, but I always give room for error.
Yep.
Pricing depends on what's going on. Usually a standard wedge is right around $35, $45, and that's to do one like this one that we just did for the giveaway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's nice.
The Cerakote ones, those ones, depending on how many colors, those will run anywhere between 60 to 70. It depends on the color.
That's not bad. I was expected to hear a 3-digit number, actually, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was almost scared. Almost.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know if you've seen, I got just got my own wedge conformance approval. I like doing all wedges, but I try to keep the price down. So right now I have to go buy a wedge for say $150, tack on the pricing of it. So you're looking at about $210 for a complete wedge with the art on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I'm planning on putting out will be a fully customized wedge under the WedgeFX brand, $145 out the door.
Wow.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, you could actually. I mean, you're going to pay that for a Callaway wedge or a Cleveland wedge, without the art.
Exactly. I think I need distress flags.
The distress flag comes out awesome. Like I said, I did that Bentonardi putter. I don't know. Have you guys seen it on there? Or?
I did.
Nope, I see it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. That was the first trial with Cerakote just to see if it worked.
Yeah, I love Bentonardi. When I talked to him for the very first time, and his son Sam, my daughter had just gotten deployed, and I was telling him what we were doing. He actually sent me my daughter's first putter.
Nice.
And he decked it all out with military. He sent me a camel head cover and everything. He signed it for her and everything. So he's a great guy. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
You know what I want? I want to send Lee all my indie wedges to have done. And Lee, are you familiar with Rob from Indy? I guess he is because he's.
I guess he is. He's familiar, Big.
Yes.
Yeah, I got Rob.
Well, did I tell you the story about our friend Rob?
seems like we have a lot of mutual friends there, Lee.
We do. We just gave away last month. We just gave away one of his new putters, one of the Indy putters. So somebody was fortunate enough to be able to pick that. He just picked it and sent me his specs yesterday. So we're going to get that over to Rob so he can fill it out and send it out. So that's awesome.
Anyway, I want to send him my Indy wedges and I want to send him my my putter.
Your putter?
Because that putter I have, Billy, that's a blank canvas. There's nothing on that.
No.
And it's one of those, like I don't know how to. I have to send you a picture, Lee, but it's hard to describe. But I think you'd have fun with it.
Well, you know what? Not for nothing, but he works with one of our other buddies too, from Sax Parenti.
Oh yeah,
I see their putter in there as well because we Angelo's my boy too from way back. So I love.
Yeah, I hear you're getting a putter pretty soon. She'll hopefully get there pretty soon.
Angelo said that he's not going to send me my putter until it gets pimped out and does all this stuff. But I have no idea what he's doing. So, I mean, I'm patiently waiting. It's been a while. He's like, it's going to take a while, Bill. I was like, I don't care. You take your time. You do whatever you want to do. So, yeah, he did tell me that he was going to create something because, unfortunately, only one of us is right and the other one is left. So the left guy, I keep telling him to switch, but he's hard-headed, so he keeps getting left out. But,
right on.
You're lefty as well?
Oh, no, I'm a righty.
Oh, okay, good. You're smart. Good job.
So putters are really cool because, here's actually it's a Tour Edge Wingman putter I got from the show.
Oh, cool.
Look at that.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is bad.
Yeah.
Woo.
Did my whole thing on it.
Right.
Look at that.
Woo. That looks great. I wish you guys that's listening to the show right now could visually see this stuff, but yeah.
It's beautiful. You know what?
As a matter of fact, we're going to feature one of his pieces of work on our thumbnail when we post a podcast. So
yes,
you'll be able to see. And you know what? As a matter of fact, Billy, you know what we're going to do? On our podcast page, so on our episodes page, we're gonna put several pictures. So Lee, send us some pictures. We're going to put several pictures.
The distress flag one.
Yeah. Cool. Yep. Absolutely.
Make sure that was included because that one's sweet.
So the putter, the putter I have,
Sub 70 jumped on that the distress flag real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot for them. They I think they're all sold out already. So it's pretty cool.
I believe it. That thing is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a gorgeous. The three of them are great.
I see Indy's wedges in here in the pictures too.
Yep.
He's got them listed up there. Yeah.
of all that stuff. He works with all the great people that we work with.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the putter I have is an R-Golf putter. I don't know if you heard of R-Golf.
Yep.
But they had, a couple years ago, they came out with that big mallet kind of look. Yeah. And so that's a putter I have. So I'm sure you could be very artistic with that, with a USA theme on it.
Oh, gosh, yes. That would be... That thing's big enough you can make it wave almost.
Hey, listen, we're all out of time here. Lee, how can people find out more?
No way.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that.
I know.
Lee, we're going to have you back on.
Absolutely.
How can people find out more information, and how can they contact you to get their stuff customized?
So super easy, wedgefx.com or info@wedgefx.com.
Info@wedgefx.com.
At wedge_XX. Yep.
There you go. And like I said, we're gonna post some pictures on our episodes page when we post this podcast, so you guys can check it out at our website as well. What you seen, what we just seen, you'll see on our episodes page. All right, more Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way right after this. Going into hour number 2 right here on Bigg's Golf Talk. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee. A formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com, and be more with Encore.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis. To order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots.com and enter promo code BIGGJOHN15. That's Big John, BIGGJON 15 for a discount on your Golf Dots. Golf Dots is available in many golf shops, such as the PGA Tour Superstore. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. That is golf.dots.com, or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
This is Bigg's Golf Talk with Big John Vick and Bill the GolfFather Cuevas.
This segment is sponsored by Scorpion 21. Feel the sting. Be sure to visit scorpion21.com and feel the sting today with a great Scorpion 21 golf shirt. Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Amazon devices, as well as your favorite podcast platform. Big John Vick, along with the GolfFather, Bill Cuevas, back here, starting off and teeing it off on number 10 on the back nine here on hour number 2. And something we want to talk about, something we had a sneak peek. We just could not talk about it because we are under embargo with talking about it. But boy, oh boy, we got to see it in a PGA show because ShotScope is one of the sponsors here on Bigg's Golf Talk. So we had first looks at the 2020 PGA Merchandise Show. And Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, we are talking about the ShotScope new V3 and G3 watches that have come out. And you want to talk about style? You want to talk about sexy? We talked about sexy earlier on, right? We talk about something that...
We were talking about me.
Exactly.
We were talking about me.
Yeah, okay. We were talking about you. Yes, we were talking about you.
Yeah,
but
somebody like that.
some key features about the V3 watch, and actually I have one, and I have it in my hand right here, and our guest Gavin Deere is joining us from ShotScope. But automatic shot tracking, dynamic yardages, over 100 statistics on your game, and this also conforms to the rules of golf. Joining us on Zoom right now, and we love this Zoom thing. I think there's one positive thing out of COVID-19 that has come out of this is we have a new way of doing interviews and being able to look at our guests, and our guests look at us as well. Broadcasting from our Tito's Handmade Vodka home studios from New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hello, and joining us on Zoom right now, Gavin Deere from ShotScope, all the way across the pond. Gavin, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk once again. How are you, my friend? First off, I hope you are healthy and staying safe.
Yeah, healthy. Whole company's been in lockdown for since mid-March, but everyone's well, and thanks for having me on.
You guys have released the V3 watch and the G3 watch, and I'm telling you, ever since we promoted it and we have it in our hands, you are just flying off the shelves with this, aren't you?
Yeah. It's been absolutely crazy since we launched it on the 6th of July. Through a week, we've pretty much sold 75% of stock.
Wow.
And it just continues to go every day, so we're sold out in the US of grey. We're obviously, we'll touch on the colours, but been selling with Dick's Sporting Goods and on our website and on Amazon and a few other golf retailers, and it's just crazy.
It is. I mean, it's really stylish.
It really is.
I mean, I didn't get. I got my color, but I didn't get Billy Blue. I'm just going to throw that out there. I thought I had a connection. I thought Billy was going to get his Billy Blue. I'm just saying.
The only thing I can give you is no one has blue.
Oh.
See,
Billy Blue doesn't feel bad anymore. He's not blue anymore.
You can have Billy Aqua. They have like an aqua, like a teal, but not a blue.
Well, no, they got the blue, but nobody has it because they got a blue. That's a blue color, correct?
It's a teal color.
It's a teal color. I know you're color blind, but it's a teal color.
Dude, I must be color blind because I'm looking at that beautiful thing. It looks blue to me, but it's all right. It's okay.
So right now, Gavin, the ShotScope V3 watch, it launch offer right now, and there's like 13 days from the airing of this broadcast left on the launch offer. But you're launching this at $179.99 with a retail price of $219. So they're saving $40 on the V3, and the G3 is $159.99 for the launch offer at a retail price of $179.99, saving $20. Obviously, I'm sure people are selecting the V3 watch, but tell the listeners what the difference is between the V3 watch and the G3 watch.
Sure. So effectively, if you were to look at two black versions of both, they're the exact same watch. They look the same. They have the same screen. They show the same distances. The difference is G3 is a normal GPS watch. V3 has all the tracking information and technology in it as well. And the added benefit is with V3, we offer some different colored straps as well. But effectively, you look at G3, and for $159, if you just want distances, that's the best golf watch on the market.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do performance tracking, you up to V3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for the $20 difference, I can't see anybody not, because anybody that just originally starts off in golf, I only need GPS. Eventually, they're going to want to know what they're hitting their clubs. They're going to eventually want all that extra bit of tracking and everything else that it has. I can't see anybody not spending the extra $20. It's a steal for $20.
Yeah. For the during the launch offer, it's $20 different.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a steal. You're real idiot if you don't.
Yeah.
Don't want to call golfers idiots, but
yeah,
for what you get extra, it's ridiculous. When we move into August and where you go back to our sort of retail pricing, it's $40 difference.
Mm-hmm.
I think that gives a decision of people whether they want to really performance track and invest time into that part of the game. But for us to put two watches out there that hit different price points, that have different functionality sets, is just brilliant for us as a company.
Well,
I think so.
I'll tell you, once the retail price goes in full effect, I mean, the launch offer, obviously, your better deal for $20 more is to go for the V3 watch, and this is the best time to get it right now. But when the launch offer is done in about 13 days or so, your 219 versus your 179, now you're talking about budgets. You're talking about, what's the benefit? Are you going to be using the automated performance tracking system? Is that possible? Do you like style? That's another factor, because the Shot Scope G3 watch, if I'm correct, Gavin, only comes in a black strap. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the other straps are performance working straps, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So we've got technology in the straps. And if you hop onto our website, you can see that. And obviously, the G3 has dumb straps, is the best way to call it. Just normal watch straps.
And if you really look at the difference, for $20 right now, for the next 13, 14, whatever days it is, you get the automatic performance tracking, and you get the little tabs that you need.
Yeah.
The tags for your clubs, right?
You're getting everything that you need in that watch in the V3. So, you know what? I'm going to make a prediction. I don't think your 25% stock is going to last through this sale, because people are going to want to jump all over this. And you see the response that you're getting. We have people talking about it on our website as well, how they've had it, how they're waiting for the newer ones to come, what they want. So I can't see it lasting that long. I think you guys are going to be out really quick. So make sure these listeners get out there and pick up the V3.
Let's talk about the comparison. So let's talk about the V2 versus the V3 and the G3. Let's go back to the V2 versus the V3, because that's the most similarity and upgrade that you guys have had going from V2 to V3, obviously. Talk about the differences between the V2 and the V3.
So the functionality of the watches are pretty much identical. The form is what is different. So, we built V2 4 years ago. Obviously, technology's moved, so we managed to shrink the watch. So V3 is now the size of an iWatch, and V2 wasn't. V2 was a bigger watch. So it's about half the size of V2. We've also added in a color screen onto V3, which is daylight readable. So, Bill, you're in Florida, sun shines. The watch screen actually, it doesn't reflect. So sometimes you'll see a watch or a phone that reflects the screen. It's like a mirror.
Yep.
Actually, the brighter it gets, the better it is to read the watch. So, that's cool. And then, obviously, the straps, you can replace them. So in time, we'll bring out different color straps. People can update straps, change up the look and feel of their watch. So you take all of that, and it's just a different package.
It is, and I would say for people that have regular watches, it's a regular watch.
I was just going to say it's an everyday watch as well. So you don't have to switch watches when you get to the golf course.
No.
You can actually wear this
That's
watch.
What's perfect about
your whole day. Go to the golf course, use that same watch to stat track and GPS your round, and go back home and still wear the watch, and it's still functional.
You don't have to worry about it.
A couple of examples. So we've had quite a few people. Obviously, V2 had a bigger battery. That's part of the reason it was bigger. The components on V3 are more efficient, so this battery's smaller. But we've got quite a lot of reports of guys wearing it as a watch for 4 days and playing 27 holes in that time as well.
Yeah.
And it'll easily cope with that.
And that's a lot longer than what the regular watch I wear. My regular watch, when I wear it, lasts me 18 hours. And I got to go and plug it in. And that's my regular watch. So that's a regular watch. And it does everything that I need on the golf course. So, I mean, like I'm saying, I'm going to keep beating $20 difference. You have to. If right now, why is on this? You have to spend the extra $20. There's no way around. You need this $20 extra. The face is like 5 millimeters smaller in the watch, but yet the face is bigger. So the face is bigger, but the watch is smaller.
I would say the readability of the watch is bigger.
It is. The screen size,
right?
It's the dimensions of it. I think it's like 2 millimeters bigger. And most people that are like, oh, it doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference. That's why people are buying their other watches from 38s to 40s and 42s and 44s, because that 2 millimeters or whatever the metric reading is makes a difference. It makes a big difference when you're looking on that screen.
And what I like about it too is the color. The battery indicator is actually color as well. So when you get low, you're gonna know it's low in color. So it's that's something that's fabulous as well. One of the other things
you also see the green. Did you see the different dimensions that they have on there? So they have like it comes up green with the circle.
Yes,
like for the greens and stuff like that. You see all those things. So that's all new technology too, because I didn't see that before. So that's new. That's another thing there. That's what I'm saying. You can't go wrong with everything that this watch is doing and not have to worry about it. Because what's the first thing you do? If I use my current watch that I had before this one for golf, that 18 hours now goes down to, if I'm lucky, 12 hours.
Let's talk about the tags, because the tags I think is very important for people to realize what these tags do. And what I like about this versus some other companies out there with grips with tags in them already, right, is you can use any grip on your club, and these tags just twist off and on. So if you change your grips, all you have to do is unscrew the tag off that grip, put it on your new grip. What I also like hold on, Billy, and then we'll get to what you like, because what you like really doesn't matter. But no, I'm kidding.
What? Oh my goodness! Oh my heart!
Oh, your heart! I know. We love you, Billy. And by the way, this is my day, so let's just you just sit back in the back seat there and.
Oh, okay.
But what I like about these tags, Gavin, is you don't have to tap them. So all you do is wear your watch. If you're a right-hand golfer, you're going to wear the watch on your left hand. If you're a left-handed golfer, you're going to wear the watch on your right hand. But what I like about this, as long as you have the shot tracking enabled, it will automatically track what you're doing with your clubs.
Yeah, exactly. So the tags, I suppose one of the other things to mention, the tags weigh about 1.5 grams each. So they're not adding weight to your club.
Right.
They don't have batteries in them, so you're not charging them. They're everlasting. And the technology that we spoke about in the straps, during the swing, it will speak to the tag, understand what tag you're using, subsequently what club you're using, and the watch works out when you're practice swinging, when you're waggling, it works out where your real shot takes place. So that's how the performance tracking collection method kind of works.
Billy?
I thought it was your time. I'm allowed to talk?
Yes, go ahead.
Wait a minute. I'm allowed to talk? You took what I was going to say. I like the fact you ain't got to tap.
Right.
I love the fact that you don't have to tap. You just go out there. You don't have to think. Half the time you have to worry about, is my phone synced with this? Is this synced with that? Should I tap this? There's too much things, and we're taught and brought. Don't think. When you get up there to golf, focus on what you're doing. I mean, you got too much thought process on it.
Well, not only that, Billy. But when you look at your phone, you look at this, you look at that, you look at that. You know, you're slowing up play.
You're slowing play.
Yes. With the watch, get your yardage, boom, and swing. You don't have, there's nothing extra you have to do but play your game.
Nothing at all. Just lock, load, and get ready and go play. And the thing's preloaded. And the biggest thing, Biggs, I don't think we touched this yet, and I will because it's my time. What I'm going to say is they're preloaded courses.
Yes.
You don't hear about downloading. There's no subscription. How many people out there go and buy something, and then all of a sudden you're not keeping track if it's a year or 4 months, 6 months, and all of a sudden your watch, sorry, you didn't pay, you can't use it. No, sorry, that thing is now disconnected. So you don't have to worry about it. It's all there.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to mention with the courses is we have our own course database. Mm-hmm. So, Billy, if you're going to go and play Champions Gate, you can look on the app and see if there's a course update. Say you go and play there and you think, oh, that bunker's missing. Just get in touch with us. We can map it and you'll get an update on your app. So next time you play, the data's all correct. And we can do that in 48 hours. And that's a real USP. That's a difference to everyone else.
And I've only needed customer service once, Biggs, and I just went, and that's like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and the guys were on point. I mean, they didn't even know who I was. They just went there. Okay, we'll do this, boom, 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 and it was all done, all taken care of. Within a few minutes, everything was taken care of. I just wait. Once that email came, everything just smooth transition. I haven't heard anybody complain about the customer service side of anything yet.
Right. And ShotScope's a very, very good company, and great to see them here in the United States. So let's talk about the accessories that come with this watch. Obviously, you have different colors for the V3 watch. Somebody orders a color, can they actually purchase straps?
Coming. So I suppose here's the interesting thing. So this is where COVID has impacted us. Mm-hmm. Where when we spoke in January, we were planning to have some straps available at this time, and etc. And part of the reason that we're running out of stock is we can't get some of the components to build units. So we're going to have some more in holiday season, but then we're really going to be able to do what we wanted to do this year in March next year. And so that's where COVID has had impact. Our manufacturing plant was shut for 9 weeks, I think.
Wow.
So it's an interesting side. We've been able to get a lot of stock for launch. Launch has gone well, but people are saying, well, what about August? And you're going, well, we can't. The supply chains they're totally messed up at the moment.
Yeah. And that's the thing. But, I want to bring up a lighter note, because we had this interview several months ago.
Yes.
We talked back in January, and they happened to play in a tournament. And I see him scratching his head now. So he's scratching his head now because he probably thought that I was going to let that go. But we had another guest.
Here, Gavin, I can take care of this. I'm sorry, we are all out of time. And for more information about ShotScope, head over to shotscope.com for...
That doesn't work. I'm still part of the host. So I can talk about it during the next segment. And I can dedicate the whole
ShotScope
of the week for me.
Gavin, am I saving you here? Am I saving you by the end of this interview right now?
There's no saving him. I just want to know if she continues to beat him on a regular basis. That's what I want to know.
So, here's the bad stuff. Since the PGA show, I have played 4 times.
Oh my goodness!
Three of which have been 9 holes. I played on Sunday, shot 4 under. Jen was off work today playing golf. This is the difference. This is the picture I'm painting. But she's also currently struggling, so I'm not playing with her.
You're not too worried?
No.
Not currently worried? Okay.
No, but she's a bad loser and a bad winner.
I think we need to talk to Jen. That's all I'm saying.
Gavin, dear, thank you so much for coming back on Bigg's Golf Talk. We look forward to having you on when everything's get back up and running 100%. But once again, the launch, you still have around 13 days, but also while stock is limited. So even if they sell out before 13 days, don't wait on that 13th day because they may not have any more units. So get yours today at shotscope.com and do the comparison. Find out all the information. And don't forget to create an account because you can go in and look at your rounds and what you've done and all that stuff. And there's no subscription. We want to mention it. Subscription free. Yes, absolutely. Shotscope.com is the website. Gavin Deere, thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk.
Thanks, guys.
More Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. We're the best. Right.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk right here on Native Family Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Amazon devices, as well as your podcast app. Whatever podcast form you use, you can find Bigg's Golf Talk. The segment is sponsored by Squares Shoes. It's hip to wear squares if Sir Nick Faldo wears Squares shoes, and he says they are the best shoes he's ever worn. Give them a try. It will knock down your scores and make you shoot better rounds. I mean, you just hit it farther and all that stuff. Square shoes, it's hip to wear squares. Big John Vick, along with Bill the GolfFather Cuevas, back with you. And coming up next here on Bigg's Golf Talk, last week we were able to interview the champion of Season 6 on Holey Moley, ABC's Holey Moley, and that was Chelsea Kennard. But she took on a competitor that we found very, very interesting, and she's joined us now on Zoom, and we want to thank her for coming on. Sarah White is joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk, and I just want to welcome Sarah in, but my first question right out of the gate, Sarah White, before we get into how you got into Holey Moley and what made you want to compete on the show was, I don't know, I found something fascinating about two women taking on Uranus.
When I was on the show and they were calling us to our designated holes, they're like, Sarah White on Uranus. And I'm like, don't laugh. Like, because I mic'd up the entire time. And I was like, I don't exactly know how I'm going to keep a straight face the entire time. Because they just say your name and then they're like, Uranus. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to think about
you gotta.
You can't. I don't know. It was so hard to just keep a straight face.
It happened to be our phrase of the week last week. So
Uranus was our phrase of the week. Yes, I can't even imagine what this week's phrase is going to be.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. You see. So we have Sarah White. She's on Zoom, so we're able to see her, and she's on the golf course right now talking with us. And we appreciate her taking time out.
Blush just a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad.
Just a tad.
So as we're talking about this, you just see her like, I can't believe I'm on this damn show talking about Uranus.
Yeah. She's turning pink like her pink shirt. Just a little bit. It's okay. She got rosy red cheeks. Right
what's funny is you guys are my AirPods, so I'm right next to the putting green, so they can only hear what I'm saying. So imagine what these other people
going through their mind. Oh,
yeah.
That's even better.
Holy moly!
Holy moly! But
Holy moly!
When we had Chels on, the picture that she chose to use on Facebook was her jumping up in the air, and all you saw was anus. The rest was gone. So I was like, Chels, why did you pick that picture? All you saw was anus. So I was like, oh my God. I was cracking up. It was perfect.
She probably didn't even know. She probably had no idea.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
And then she's like, I don't know why I chose that one, but
no.
That's funny.
She also told us that she made a lot of friends on the show. And, and I think you're the one that she's made really friends.
From our understanding, you are showing her how to hit the ball longer.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I do. I'm a professional golfer now. So I'm actually at a tournament right now for a mini tour series, but I also work in golf fitness and speed training. So I do a lot with like gaining club head speed and like physical aspects of it. So we're trying to get together and like have me train her a little bit and, get a few women together because I do hit the ball a lot farther than most women. I'm 17 today. I just drove the green. It's 275 yards and I landed it on the green and it rolled off. So, carrying it.
I knew. I was trying to put my finger on it, and I think that's the reason.
Can we get you to be on our team in some tournaments that we have going on here?
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, because then I get to play from the red tees or the forward.
Exactly.
And then whenever I get there, people are like, "That's not fair." I'm like, "I got the right body parts for it."
Oh yeah. Speaking of body parts,
has nothing to do with Uranus. No.
Yes, nothing.
No, nothing
But
to do with that.
Nothing at all. But when we had shows on, we were talking because of you and everything. So we asked her simply, is she trying to have thighs like you?
You have some strong thighs.
Well, you're the one that's training her. She said that you're training her, and we're actually, are you training her to get the? Why don't you tell people what your phrase was on Holey Moley?
So my phrase on Holey Moley was thick thighs save lives, and that just really caught on. I'm
that
not
caught
really
on
sure.
really big.
Yeah, so I don't really know if I came up with it or if I heard it from someone or what. But the funny thing is I wasn't even. I wasn't in the interview chair when they were talking to me about it. So I was off getting my picture taken, but I was mic'd up. And one of the guys, I don't even know who it was talking how much do you squat? You look like a big athlete. And then I was like, the guys save lives, just casually, out of nowhere. And they used that. So when I was watching the show, I was like, that did not. I was like, that just happened.
Now,
that's what we said. You're like, oh no, she didn't.
Now,
but they showed it when you were doing.
As you're watching the episode and you hear that, did your text go off from mom or dad or anybody in your family?
I mean, my mom and dad thought it was hilarious, but my boss, one of my bosses, was watching it, and he was just like, wait, what did you just say? And then I was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. You don't need to know.
Yeah.
It just came out. It slipped out. It's all right.
It's okay.
We're talking with a professional golfer, Sarah White. She competed on the ABCs, Holey Moley, on season 6, along with Chelsea Kennard, who won that episode. And now, one of the things I wanted to ask you is what made you compete on Holey Moley?
So the reason why I got on Holey Moley was because they reached out to me via my Instagram. So, I mean, I have I don't have that many followers. I have 2,200 something followers, but they reached out and was like, we love your personality. It seems like you're a lot of fun, can kind of, exactly kind of what we're looking for in someone to compete. So what happened is I was like, okay, might as well. They said I have to go through a few rounds of interviews or whatever, and then they'll choose. So I went through the first round, a phone interview, and the girl was like, all right, this is pretty cool. This is fun. You seem awesome. And then I had to do a face-on interview, and the guy was like, we all love you here. You're going to be on the show. We just have to do a couple more things. So bada bing, bada boom, I was on the show, flew over there, had a lot of fun. And then Chelsea and I are pretty good friends now. So we've hung out a few times outside of Holey. Once we came back, we've gone to the river together, we FaceTime all the time,
nice.
Stuff like that. So that was really fun.
I just want to say for the record that I've seen you a lot on her feed. You at that river. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about exactly what happened at that river, but I was there.
Don't worry, your secrets are safe with me. I know nothing. I really enjoyed Chelsea's stories. It was perfect. That's why we're like, we got to get her on. There's no way that we can't not get her on. It's perfect.
Now,
my gosh.
Can we also talk about your story on what made you get into golf, where you at in your career and all that stuff? Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So my older brother did this golf camp when he was 7 or 8 and I was 4 or 5. And I was like, I want to be like my brother. I'm the annoying little sister. And so I ended up going to his swing coach that he had, and I started playing at 5, and I've never stopped. I also got into the game of boys ice hockey because of my brother. So I played that for 14 years, and I was a starting goalie on our boys varsity team in high school. Wow. So I played tons of junior golf. I played all throughout my entire life. And then I went to Western Michigan University, and I played D1 golf there for my freshman year. And then my coach ended up leaving, so I decided to transfer to Texas State University, where I finished out. And now I'm a aspiring professional golfer. You know, I just turned pro this year, so this is my third pro event. And it's a weird year. I was hoping to go to Q school in the fall. I was hoping to get a couple sponsorship exemptions, but unfortunately you just got to take things as they come. And so I'm doing some mini tour stuff right now. The WAPT and there's a WAPT and APT and their mini tour in Texas mostly, but with, Arkansas, Louisiana, and some surrounding states. But they're really, really good tours. So I'm doing that right now.
So how did you finish off today? Can we ask?
Yeah, it hasn't started yet. Practice.
It was a practice round.
Yeah, it was practice round yesterday and today, and then we have the first day tomorrow, and then so it's 3 rounds and then a cut, and then on the fourth, then there's a 4th day. So.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, we're gonna be rooting for you. That's
long
for sure.
drive? Oh yeah, I'm.
Do I do what?
You do long drive as well?
So I was trying to get into long drive. So like I said earlier, I hit the ball farther than most females.
You mean like you showed off?
So yeah.
You probably most males too. Don't worry about that.
You hit it further than most of the guys that we play with. Just so
probably.
You know.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get into that this year, but they canceled the entire season. So even World. So before they canceled everything, if you were ranked, you could get into Worlds, but you have to do an event before you can get into Worlds. So I was like, I can't even sign up for an event, to try and even make it. So, but the entire season got canceled. So hopefully next year I'll actually get to do a couple long drive events. But right now I'm just focused on golf.
Good. We need more golfers out there. And you know what's funny?
Oh yeah.
The women's side of golf seems to have been thriving steadily the whole entire time during this coronavirus. You know what I mean? Because you got the Cactus Tour as well. We've had them on and stuff like that. And when nobody else was doing it, they were doing it. And you haven't heard anything negative on the women's side of golf and the mini tours and stuff that they're doing. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The women's mini tours are really good because there's not as many as the men, but a lot of the girls will stick together and they kind of help each other out, which is great because, the men have a lot more tours and opportunities to go. Like my brother's also a professional golfer. He's done APT, but he also has status on the PGA Tour Latin America, PGA Tour Canada. He's played in a few events. There's tons and tons of mini tours, but for women, there's only like Cactus Tour, WAPT, and then the Florida Tour. I think it's still called Eglins Best. I'm not sure, but and like that's it. And then there's Symetra and LPGA.
Right.
Like there's no like PGA Tour Canada for women. There's no PGA Tour Canada, Latin America, there's LET, a few, maybe 1 or 2 Asian tours, and then LPGA Symetra. You can count them on one hand almost.
Yeah.
So the women's side is pretty good.
I do. I enjoy it more anyway. He knows that, especially when they don't.
It's more
personable.
Especially
when they drive the ball 275 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
But you said you do fitness too, right?
Yeah. I do.
What do you do on fitness side?
So I first got into fitness. My dad was a weightlifting instructor for a high school in Michigan. So I started lifting at a young age, and I also trained with the boys. I play boys ice hockey, so I trained with them my entire life. So I was a pretty good weightlifter all throughout high school, and I was, one of the strongest. I was the strongest in college, one of the strongest girls. And then now I'm actually doing golf fitness, so it's more golf related to increase your club head swing with your driver and to maintain a certain amount of strength throughout the entire round. So it's called Mach 3 speed training. So we do training, we do, mobility, we do stuff like that. So it's more tailored to golf, and I work in that industry right now.
I gotta ask you, so they showed a part of a clip with you lifting, squatting. How much was that on that bar?
That was 275.
So because you had 3 plates, you had the 345s, and then the bar wasn't. What was the bar?
I had 3 plates. And I think a couple small plates on there, and then the bar's 45.
Okay. Yeah, because it looked at 3. Well, you figure I thought you had more than that. I mean, it's still a lot of weight.
It's still a
lot of weight.
Just think about that. She was squatting one Big John Vic. How about that?
No. Just say no.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy.
No, I mean, and just to give perspective, that's what we do. In our gym, when I work out with my buddy, and we had to buy a new bar because the three bars would bend it. So we had to get a heavier, thicker bar just to carry the weight of the extra 3 plates plus a little bit of more what would be on it. So that's a whole lot of weight.
Yeah.
And how tall are you? Because you didn't look like you were like.
I'm not very tall. I'm only like 5'3", 5'4".
You see that?
Yeah.
So 5'3", she's squatting almost 300 pounds, and I think she probably could do more than that. I think she's undercutting herself. But that's a whole. And I know we're never supposed to ask this. Like we're not supposed to ask a lady's.
How
age.
much do I weigh?
Yes. How much do you weigh? Give these folks some perspective.
155.
So she weighs 155, and she's squatting double her weight.
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot of weight going down to come back up.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah. It's just incredible.
It is. Most people couldn't get back up after going down with that weight.
Yeah.
With Holey Moley, any regrets, any recommendations for people that might want to say, hey, I want to give that a shot?
It was very fun, but, going in, I'm sure Chelsea told you and briefed on, like, we're going there at 4 p.m. and we're not leaving till 5 a.m. Like, I was not prepared for that.
Right.
And, but the whole entire experience is really cool because you get to hang out in a little tent area with, all the other contestants. You can't really watch anybody else compete. So we don't really know how other people are doing, but then you'll come back out and then you do makeup and they put you in, interviews and pictures and you get to just meet a ton of people. So it's really fun and you don't realize how late it is, but the next day you're just drained. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And you have to like soak it all in because it's so short from when you go on TV.
Right.
And, but it was really fun. I will say, like, I won't do a game show like that again. Not because I didn't love it. It was just like
time consuming.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Time consuming, and but I don't know. I can't say never.
Right.
I would never do one again. But not in any time soon would I be like, oh, try a game show.
Sarah White, how can people follow you in your progression in your career?
So my Instagram would be like the best. It would be Sarah White 3039. So that's my Instagram handle. And then Twitter, I have a Twitter. It's Sarah_White39. I tweet the dumbest stuff and, it's kind of funny. I don't really tweet that many golf updates if people are really doing golf, but I just retweet a lot of funny videos on Twitter.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. So
awesome.
It would be the golf progressive.
How about the fitness side that you do? Do you have anything where they can find you specifically on that training part?
Yeah, so it's actually tagged in my Instagram profile. It's Mach 3. It's Mach 3 speed training though. So that would be the Instagram handle it's the @ Mach 3 MACH the number 3 speed training. So that's my job.
Awesome.
And then but it's also in my Instagram handle. So
Sarah White, thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
Chelsea won that episode, but I'll tell you what, when I seen you compete and how funny you were with your interviews and stuff like that, there's another person that I could root for, and it could be 2 champions. It would be you. I wish you were on another episode.
Me and Chelsea were talking about that. They're like, why would they put us against each other?
Yeah.
If they really liked us both.
They took the 2 hypest personalities that they could find.
Yeah.
I don't see the sense in that because they got some people in there that you can tell who's natural and who's not. And you're natural.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
You're a natural.
I have
person.
been told that, and I was like,
You are.
know what's funny is people always say that I'm really funny, but the
Mm-hmm.
truth is I just think of this stupid stuff, and then it comes out, and then like the thick thighs save lives, like who possibly actually comes up with that and like has time to think of it? No, I just say stupid
But it's
crap that comes out of my mouth.
Hold
And
on.
people are like,
Hold
"This
on.
is so funny."
Hold
And I'm
on.
like,
Phrase of the week. Thick thighs saves lives. That's our phrase of the week.
Thick thighs save lives. And now you
thick
get that
thighs
in
save
echo.
lives.
That's perfect. That's how you enter. Thick thighs save
my
lives.
God.
Sarah, we got to head into our break. Thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk.
Thank you so much for the interview. That was fun.
More Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it. The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is searching for the country's best two-player teams to compete against an international field in the 54-hole Ryder Cup-style event, known prestigiously as the International Kings Cup. The International Kings Cup is played in remembrance of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the Kings Cup begins with a national qualifier. Two-player teams compete in an 18-hole qualifier playing best ball using net scoring. For more information, to sign up, and to find a national qualifier near you, their website is usgolfchallenge.com. That is usgolfchallenge.com.
This is Bigg's Product of the Week. Each week, Big John and the GolfFather select a golf product to feature. Here is Big John Vick and Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, with this week's Product of the Week.
And Bigg's Product of the Week is sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Big John Vick along with you, and Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, and Bigg's Product of the Week is Asher Golf. Asher was born in 2009 with a desire to provide the golf world something it lacked. High-quality golf gloves with a little added flavor and style, designed to help you look good, feel good, and play better. And the things that Asher Golf has come out, Asher Premium Apparel since 2009, men's, ladies, juniors, accessories, and they also offer custom. We're going to talk about what they have to offer and much, much more. And Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, before we get to our next guest, you are very familiar with Asher gloves.
Yeah, I was big way back from when it first started. We had Mr. Rondi on for a couple of times. We did videos with him and everything. His first show that he did at the PGA in Orlando. So I was blessed to know him. And then I know he split with the company, but he was still working with the company and stuff like that. And then unfortunately we lost him. So once that happened, that was the end of my really relationship with Asher. But they've grown, and I've been watching. And then I saw Mike's dad posted, and I got confused. And I was like, "Oh my God, congratulations!" And he's like, "No, that's my son." I was like, "Well, congratulations. We want to get him on too." So because I was excited, because I mean the gloves that they have. I still have my last glove that Mike sent me, and I never used it. I kept it in the package because after that he passed. But the difference between what you guys are making now and the premium line that you guys have, we were talking about that. I want to know more about what's gone into it. You guys have expanded into accessories. You got shirts. You got hats. I call them sandals. I think you guys call them sliders. So Asher has grown over the years, and they continue to grow.
Well, let's introduce our guest here. Congratulations to Asher for becoming Bigg's Product of the Week. Michael Verska is joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk. Michael, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk.
Thanks for having me.
As Billy said, I mean, for a long time, when I relate the name Asher Golf, I relate to it to being gloves. You guys have come a long way since 2009. Let's talk about where you guys are at with Asher.
Asher is in a good spot right now, I think. We kind of went through, as you mentioned, we did start in 2009, went through a little bit of a rebrand in 2017 when our new managing partner came on. And we just really wanted, like you said in the intro, we want to provide the golf community and industry with something that it lacked, a little bit of style, a little bit of flair. We got tired of staring at a wall of white golf gloves and realizing there's not a big difference in those. So, we feel like, I personally feel, and we feel at Asher that, style is an extension of your personality, and you should be able to rep that both on and off the course. So, we have gloves. We have our new flight decks, which a lot of people call slides, sandals, but officially named flight decks. We've come with a lot of new hats and just a lot of cool stuff coming as well.
I'll tell you what, I had a chance to look at the hats, and Bill and I are very big on hats. Bill likes to wear his hat, obviously, as you know, backwards. So it has to be a fitted hat, right? That's the trend. You have a golf glove out there, and you have many collections, and I hope we can talk about all of them in the 10 minutes that we have here. But you have a summer collection, spring collection. What my favorite collection right now, the Patriot collection, the Core collection, Utility collection, Chuck collection, Death Grip collection, the Collegiate collection, and of course the NBA collection. But one of the gloves that you have as a limited edition right now is the Asher X RGC Snowball. Talk about that glove.
Yeah, so Eric Anders Lang and the Random Golf Club, we met them a while back at the PGA show and just got talking and decided we wanted to do a glove together. And his dog, his trusty sidekick Snowball, we decided for the dog to be the feature on the glove. I think it came out really well. I mean, it's been selling well, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback on that.
Now let's talk about the technology that goes into your gloves. If I was to come to you and I say, Michael, why should I choose Asher over any other glove that's on the market today?
I would say to you that we pride ourselves on having the most quality glove on the market. We use only AAA premium Cabretta leather, so the highest quality leather you can put in a golf glove. With our own little technology into it, we have different things that we put into different gloves, like the Death Grip. We have both a premium version and a Cool Tech version, which is kind of a different sort of synthetic material for warmer weather. But we pride ourselves on having the best fit and feel in the market, and I think anyone who puts an Asher glove on would recognize that.
Well, when I first started using Asher, like I said, I used to talk with Mike all the time, and then the one I have is the Death Grip. I have the original deck. I still have the original in the package. Never.
That's
opened.
like the OG.
You got 2.0. You got the premium. I got the one that Alice Cooper was wearing. You know what I mean? So he, like you said, off the course, and that's the first thing that popped in my head. I remember the first time I saw the glove. Alice Cooper was on stage, and he was up there with his hands up in the air, showing and he wore two. He had both of them. Yeah. And I fell in love with it. And I was talking with him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my glove." I was like, "Oh, cool, I want it." So nice. I got it, and I've never used it. It's still in the package, nice, safe. For me, it has more mental value than anything.
For sure.
Because I remember I did the first interview with Asher, and he didn't know what he was doing. You know what I mean? he was solo, but he was such a humble guy. And that's what I loved about Asher. It was humble. He was one of the best when it came to it. So when you guys rebranded, he's looking up there and he's proud because I know that was his baby. He loved that company. And I think you guys are doing it proud. That's why when I heard, like when I told your dad, I was like, I wanted to work with them, but I didn't know who to reach out to and who to do this. But now we know who to work with and who to talk to. I think you guys are doing a great job with everything. Even the sliders. What did you call the sliders?
We call them flight decks.
Flight decks.
I like that because we obviously this show and Bill and I relate to the military a lot on this show. To call those the flight deck,
I think he could tell.
Yeah,
I think he could see he might. The guest gets here, but he gets to see the back wall with the folds of honor stuff, our flag, and everything else that we have up on our walls. But anything that deals with military and stuff like that. That's why your Patriot edition was like the most special to us. We're like, oh my God, look at that. Because that's what we look for. That's the first thing we look for. What are they doing that represents, the USA? So you guys are doing that. But even the hats, I like you got the junior collection. Yeah. They got women collections. So you guys are carrying it. What's the biggest glove you guys carry?
The most popular.
No, big size.
Oh, the size.
Yeah.
Yes.
Size-wise, we have a double XL.
Double XL. Okay.
So our men's go small, medium, medium large, large, extra large. And then we have, and our junior gloves go down to an extra small, literally for like 3 to 4 year olds. So technically, you can be in an Asher glove since the time you can hold the club.
Wow.
That's cool. And that's the thing that you need that. And then what's the difference between, because you have both of the gloves, you have them in premium and then you have them in 2.0. What's the difference that you have between those two?
Yeah. So the 2.0 has our Cool Tech technology into it. It's more of a synthetic material, more breathable, maybe for people with hotter, humid weather, things like that. We get a lot of people that are like, because with premium, the trade-off is that it's a little thicker. It might be a little more hot. So those people that play in places like Florida and things like that, they can use a 2.0 and feel a little more cool, a little more comfortable on the course.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at all these hats, and they have a hat for everyone. GIR, greens and regulation hat, anti-bogey hats. One of my favorite ones that they have is the roped flat brim two-tone hat. I love how the circle, and then you have the A/G in it, to represent Asher Golf, Asher Golf, right? And you have also like just regular AG hats on there. Now, my question is to you, because I'm seeing a lot of relation to Utah. Are you guys Utah-based?
We are. We're founded in Park City, famous for skiing, the Olympics. That's where we're founded. We still have a kind of remote office there, but our office is in Draper, Utah, which is just a suburb of Salt Lake.
I was just in Sandy, Utah.
He was just there.
Sandy, Utah. I was there. Yeah,
down the road.
He was right down the road. Well, Biggs, did you see the bags? They got golf bags, and they're different. They're very unique,
right,
in the style that they have them. What kind of material is that? One, and then I noticed you have the saying, "A healthy lack of respect for the mundane."
Yeah.
Can you answer that? Those two?
Yeah, I can answer those.
The material and what it means.
Yeah, so the material, it's just kind of your normal golf bag. It's a little more lightweight. We at Asher kind of prefer, the walking over the riding culture. So we wanted to create a lightweight bag that still has everything in it. So if you go into the product details on there, there's there's an inside pocket, there's everything
fleece.
You need. Yeah,
fleece behind pockets. Yeah.
Exactly. Everything you need for a good round of golf to carry as well without breaking your back.
Water resistant.
Water resistant. Exactly. And especially and it looks small. We get a lot of small, but all of us have mid-sized grips and it fits all the clubs you need for a round in there. So it's fun. It's functional, and it also, I think it's just sleek. We have a navy and black.
It looks very, very sleek. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And it looks like it's more of a canvas type material than the regular nylon, especially to be only 4 pounds. You
definitely quality canvas.
Yeah, you could see it. It's green. It almost looks like it's denim.
Hey, Billy. By the way, did you see the Midnight Camo flight deck?
Dude, I've been seeing everything.
I know. We have about 2 minutes here. One thing I want to mention too is right now on your website they can get 10% off the purchase, can't they?
They can. Yeah, we have a newsletter sign up. So basically, subscribe to our emails. In the future, those emails will be used for exclusive drops because you see our summer, our spring. They're all we don't normally restock them. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yep.
So in the future, we'll be doing even more limited, even more exclusive collaborations, things like that. So by subscribing to our email, not only are you getting 10% off your first order, but you're also getting access to those exclusive drops in the future.
Well, here, let me go order my Patriot collection before you guys sell out and not make those anymore.
Before they set out, right?
Yeah, no
kidding.
kidding.
Just so you know, you got my email. Send us your PRs because we don't get any PRs, but if you send us the press releases, we can put them on BiGGs. And I'm also the communication director for golfball.com. So I'll put them on there as well. Only because I like you guys.
I appreciate it. I'll send it over.
You get to double dip because we want to keep this legacy going. I mean, I love what you guys have been doing with it. So yep. I'm glad that I got to meet you now. So now we know we have a connection there so we can keep working.
60 seconds, Michael. I want to talk about your customization you offer to golfers out there. We'll talk about your customization.
Yeah, our custom logo program. So we kind of own all of our own supply chain. And because of that, we're able to do basically anything you want on a glove. We have so many different options. I mean, we did Steve Young had a tournament. We did a custom glove for him with his little Forever Young logo on it. Obviously, we did the one for Random Golf Club. We've done True Linkswear where we had a cool liquid bake on the back, kind of a topography kind of thing. We can basically do anything that anybody needs. And I think that's the greatest. I think that's another great feature of Asher is that we're so flexible and we customize golf to you and make it authentic to you, whether that's your event, your wherever you're playing.
Is there any minimum?
There is a minimum. I believe it's 150 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Good. There you go. Their website is ashergolf.com, ashergolf.com, and you guys are very active on social media. I know that because I see you guys all the time. So they should also follow you on social media for the latest and what's going on with Asher, right?
Yep. It's the best place to find it.
Michael,
Asher's on Instagram.
Yes. Michael, thank you so much for joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk. Congratulations on being Bigg's Product of the Week, and we want to wish Asher nothing but the best of luck.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, that does it for Bigg's Golf Talk here. For Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas, for Amanda, the Golf Diva Robertson, I am Big John Vick. This is Bigg's Golf Talk. Our website is www.biggsgolftalk.com or biggsgolftalk.net. Until next week, wow, I can't believe it. I'm 1 week away from being a married man.
You mean a chain man, a new institution, a new life? You mean going to jail, do not pass go. Yes,
congrats.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Bill, the GolfFather Cuevas. Until next week, what is it?
You matter.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
It's Saturday morning. We're gonna play golf. The wife is moaning. We're gonna play golf. The kids are all screaming like someone's gonna die. The grass needs mowing, it's too behind. But the boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. Golf course, here I come. Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing with that little white ball. It don't matter if we win or lose. Even birdie par and double bogey too. The boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. Nice shot, Arnold.